Okay guys, so what I'm going to show you today is the method that I use when I clean my apples to get all of the wax off, so that when I dip them into the candy solution there won't be any bubbles. So it's called the bubble free method. I've been doing candy apples for about 4 years now. When a girlfriend of mine just called and was like, hey, can you do some candy apples for my baby shower? From there it took me a really long time to figure out how to get those imperfections like the bubbles out of my candy apples. I looked everywhere on the internet, and like it was like few and far in between people that wanted to actually take time to show up and coming treat makers how to do it. So anyway, what I like to do is I like to get a pot of water that's already on and is boiling, but we'll get to that part in a minute. And some apple cider vinegar. What I do is I take my apples, I peel all the stickers off, I put the sticks in, and the first thing I do is I rinse them off with some warm water. Just regular warm water, nothing fancy, nothing spectacular about it, just rinse them off. I take a paper towel and I wipe them dry. That's it. So in the process of doing that, it helps to remove some of that wax. Just rinsing them off with water is not going to get that wax off that they put onto the apples. So that would actually cause you to have bubbles, and that's not a good thing. All right, so over here I have my water. It is actually boiling, or should be boiling. I fill the pot about halfway with regular water, and then I add about 2 or 3 cups of apple cider vinegar. The apple cider vinegar is actually optional. You don't have to do it. I found that it gets a lot more of the wax off of the apples when I use the vinegar rather than just straight boiling water. All right, so what I do, after I've rinsed them off and my water solution has come to a boil, I take my apples and I simply stick them down into the solution for about 10 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I take them out of the solution, place them back over on my mat, and then I use a clean dish towel and I dry them off really, really well. So you do want to make sure that you put the apples completely into the water. You don't want to leave any portions uncovered because then the solution won't get all over the apple. And then you want to dry them really, really well. All right. And that's for all of the apples that you may have. You can dip them in the water solution 2 at a time, count to 10, or 1 at a time. It's just whatever you're more comfortable with. And after you do that, you actually let the apples sit 24 to 48 hours. You do not immediately go through and dip the apples. You can, but I found that you may run into the risk of getting those bubbles if you just dip them and immediately go into the candy procedure. So you want to let them sit 24 to 48 hours. 48 hours is the best because it just goes through the whole process of that wax just coming up actually off of the apple into the surface where you can wipe it off, which gives you the bubble free. So, you know, if you have any questions or comments or concerns, all of my contact information will be listed below. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, come back, and the next video is actually going to show you the next steps after you clean them. Thanks, guys.